Sobriety, my addiction head on, has really helped me sort out every single compartment of my life.
Friends.
Yeah.
Guys and girls. I have no friends.
Yeah.
You know what? I know nobody. I know you.
You know a lot of people, Wendy.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
You know
I
a
don't.
lot of people. So many people. Yes, even when I went to your birthday dinner.
No, I don't.
Yes, you know a lot of people. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many
This
people
lady's
love you?
falling. Do you see Wendy Williams? She's on drugs again. Or do you see Wendy Williams? She's drinking again. They'll sell that quicker than her story of going to the top.
Sometimes things can just happen in life where things can just go the other way around without you doing anything.
Yes. Sometimes life can be hard. Sometimes life can be at the top of the mountain, but sometimes you'll be in the valley too. And when you hit the valley, it's the hardest hit. I mean, wow, you think, ever go out of this valley? But when you're on top, you think, hey, everything's good.
Hey, Jazri family, welcome to our show.
Welcome.
So today we have a little boy here. He's refused to go and sit as we record. So he wants to be part of the show even though he's not going to talk. So you'll just be seeing his head here. And he just loves to be around us. So it's a different show. But hope you'll enjoy the show.
Hit that like button, subscribe, be part of our family.
Yes. Today we are talking about Wendy Williams because she's been making headlines. But there's a lot we can learn from that lady. Now, Wendy Williams is an American media personality who hosted her own show called The Wendy Williams Show.
Yeah, she's an American icon. She's been doing this for many, many, many years, interviewing the most famous people, criticizing the most famous people, and I feel like it's all come back on her now.
Yeah, it's like she was doing like gossip and what was really going on, like some even sensitive things about people who are famous. That's what she was doing, and she had a massive fan base.
Yes.
And there are so many people who liked her, but I believe there are many people also didn't like her at all because of what she did. Because who likes to her dirty linen to be thrown out there?
There was a lot of people like her, but I will say one thing: she kept it real. You know,
Yes.
even when she was going through problems, she kept it real. She didn't hide it, and to me, it was facing her problems head on.
Yes, she didn't hide who she was. She didn't fake it. She was real, and she was even real with her own feelings, like what she went through, even in her life, her personal life. She didn't hide it. She shared it with her fans, and I believe that's why most people were so attached with her, and that's why most people loved her. So, for one, we can say that Wendy had a good career.
Yeah, she had a great career.
Yes, she had this production company that she owned.
Yeah, she was her own boss basically. She filmed it, shot it, and she was in control of everything.
Yes, with her husband. So they were like like this power couple, you know. They owned the business together. It was like almost a family business that was very successful. Her show was on the chart for 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years it was above everybody.
Yes. And then she had a good marriage as we thought she had. And also she was famous. And that's what she always wanted, to be
Yes.
famous and rich.
She was
Who
very
doesn't?
famous and rich.
Yes.
Sorry, babe. And she was in some movies too. I could think of a few movies I've seen her in where she was acting with Kevin Hart and the rest of the guys.
Ah, you can imagine, yes. So she had reached the peak of her career. And then suddenly it all went down. Number one, her marriage crumbled. And on top of that, that's when her health was also deteriorating.
Yes, it went out quick. All of it went out quick, from her marriage to her health. I mean, it's just not. It seemed like overnight, basically.
Yes.
It's like she was this vibrant lady who was in control of everything to what you see now.
Yeah. And when her marriage went down, she started abusing alcohol and all that. And it became like, it made her show to be cancelled. So you can see things are going down from her marriage. Her career is going down. Her health is also going down. And her show is now being cancelled. Like everything she's always like put her life to is just crumbling in front of her eyes. And when all these things were happening, I think people didn't know so much. But behind the scenes, that's when people know. We could see her health going down because of the way she presented, and she could, you know, collapse in the when presenting news. But we didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah, we didn't know how bad it was. Maybe we thought it was just stress from that day. So, man, she's under a lot of stress, but the public really didn't know. And sometimes it's not the public's business, to be honest with you.
Yes.
You know, I think us as the public think we're supposed to know everything about everybody. And if we don't know it, we make it up. You know, that's why you got all these critics and all these tabloids. Well, they don't know about you, they'll make it up. Because they want to make news or fake news sometimes for money. It all goes back to money, basically.
Yes, it's always about money. And what I can say is that I used to watch her once in a while, there, especially when she maybe interviewed somebody that I was interested in. And I knew that she had many people who loved her, but some people didn't love her because it was more gossip. And people love to, most people love to feed on tea and all that. But there are people I know who are also hurt by some of the things maybe she said. But that was her job. You see, that was her job. That is what made her to be known, because she was doing something that others never dared to do. And now that she's gone down, there are things that we can learn from her. You see, her life reminds us of Job in a way. You see, Job was famous. He was very rich in that entire place. And then all of a sudden, he had everything. He lost everything. And he lost it at once.
Yeah, it was like overnight. I mean, Joe went from having this beautiful family, kids, money, land.
Yes.
It was all taken from him.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes. And they died. And the thing is that with Job, the children died. So he was left with a wife. And then he got sick. And you could tell the wife was tired after seeing him getting sick. The friends also were almost like mocking him.
Yes, because every time I read Job, I would think, if I have friends like this, who needs enemies?
Yes.
Because and when you read Job, it's like these guys are, Job, I know what you did. You disobeyed God. Oh, Job, I know you sinned. And the whole time the guy was truly innocent. It was like a test between God and Satan.
Sometimes things can just happen in life, where things can just go the other way around without you doing anything.
Yes, sometimes life can be hard. Sometimes life can be at the top of the mountain, but sometimes you'll be in the valley too. And when you hit the valley, it's the hardest hit. I mean, wow, you think, I'm ever go out of this valley. But when you're on top, you think, hey, everything's good. And I'm never going to be in a valley again, but you're there again.
So what do we learn from her lesson? For one, her family has stood with her.
You are bigger than this. You are better than this. You are smarter than this. You are stronger than this. The Aunt Wendy that I know, that has instilled in me how to navigate this crazy business that we're in, this isn't it. People around you getting paid, they're going to tell you stuff to make you feel good. You taught me that. Listen to the people in your life that are not taking a dime.
Members of this family were contacted about Wendy and what we needed for her. You know, my feeling as her sister was Wendy needs to have somebody with her 24 hours a day for the next few months. I was told that it involved taking some kind of class. You know, I said, yeah, I'll do it. I said, whatever I got to do. And, you know, I'll be focused on Wendy's health. And then all of a sudden, the wall came down and there was nothing. Now,
confused, and she looked skinny, like she needs a break.
Everything is gone. Your family is the only one who can stand with you and see what happened. At least her sister and, you know, the son have really been standing with her.
I noticed that myself, baby. The son really stuck through with her.
Yes. And also to have God by your side, because when even everybody leaves, it's God that you need to strengthen you to go through these tough times.
That's very true, babe. The whole world can come against you. Even sometimes your family can come against you. But God said he'll never turn against you. He'll never forsake you. Money comes and goes. Friends come and go. But God will be there. He will never leave you, ever.
Yes. And also we learned that we should also not depend on money.
Yes.
I mean, money and material wealth is vanity. It actually, Psalms talks about the rich will fade away, and leave whatever they have for other people who did not even toil for that.
Yeah, they'll spend it for you.
Yes.
At the end of the day, yeah, money is not everything. It's good to have it.
Yes.
It's good to have it, but don't put it as your God.
Mhm.
There are some true friends in life. Friends come out about a dozen, but true fans, you'll have maybe one or two your whole life who are true friends, who will stick with you through thick and thin, who's there when you're on the mountain, but they're also when you're in the valley. A true fan's gonna stick beside you when you got everything and you got nothing, especially when you got nothing.
Wendy had many fans, and they were cheering her up when she was up there. Millions of fans. But now that she's down, she was feeling like she has no one. Actually, you hear her saying, I have no friends.
And I want to have friends.
Yeah.
Guys and girls. I have no friends.
Yeah.
You know what? I know nobody.
Yes, you know a lot of people. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you?
Then why don't they come over and we exchange phone numbers? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? You know.
In her heart, she doesn't feel like she has many friends, like people who are there for her.
People love a good rags to riches story. When somebody who's never succeeded, all of a sudden they rise up in fame, rise up in money, rise up in power. They love to see that rags to riches story. But even worse than the rags to riches story they want to see is the fall.
Oh, they love the story of the fall.
Now, the fall is still better than the rise. When you have somebody who's in power and at the top of their game, they've been doing it for years and years and years, they like to see that. But worse than that, they like to see it when they fall. And like a head-on collision. They love to see that, especially gossip people. That's how they make their money. When this lady's falling, do you see Wendy Williams? She's on drugs again, or would you see Wendy Williams? She's drinking again. They'll sell that quicker than her story of going to the top.
Yes. They will not be talking about how she rose or the good things maybe she has done. They will be looking at what went wrong. They love to feed on the negativity. And that's, sometimes it comes around, like when she was talking about others, it's weird. I don't know how I can say that now she's the one we are talking about and people are talking about, So that is one lesson you should learn, that always just know that people will always be there to talk about more of your downfall than more of your good side.
That's very true.
We should make right choices when it comes to what we allow in our body. Like she abused alcohol and she's abusing, I think she's having a battle with it. I don't know if she's accepted it yet, but you can see that that is something that has really deteriorated her health because of too much of it. And one thing we should know is that our body is the temple of God. I know she used cocaine before she came out of it, and she was trying to experiment with it, and now she's now on alcohol. So the choices we make in life will come to bite us later in life. So that is one thing we should remember. And we pray that she gets well. That's my prayer. She has a son who she loves so much.
You don't want to see nobody get sick, especially you don't want to see nobody die. I mean,
Yeah.
your only life is now in this world.
Yes.
I mean, once it's gone, it's snuffed and you're out and you're gone and you're into eternity.
Yeah.
But you can rush eternity too. Drugs, alcohol, you can make this body so sick that it can't take no more. And that's when a lot of people, they give up or their body just shuts down.
You should surround yourself with the right people. That's what I've also learned. Surround yourself with the right people who will guide you, who will try to, when you go wrong, they will always tell you this is wrong. Don't go here. Don't do this.
Right. Well, someone's always saying yes, don't think it's good for you. Say, I want this, yes, go ahead. Because a lot of times people say yes because they want you to spend more money, especially if they're getting some money out of you.
Yes.
So don't always think yes is a good thing. Sometimes it's good when people say no to you. From your health to your money to anything in between. It's good to hear yeah, I know sometimes. It really is.
Yeah. And finally, I feel like we should pray for people who we see that are going the wrong way. Yes, they might not know Christ, but the reason is that we should pray for them to know God. We should pray for them that when they get better, they will make right choices and they will maybe say, I'm giving my life to God. I'm giving my life to Christ. I'll not be the same person anymore. And we see a difference in them, when they come back. So we pray that she will get better. We pray that one day we'll see her rise and tell her story, and maybe it will be a testimony.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And the same way she impacted people, she will now impact them even differently by telling them to follow the right path and the right choices.
Exactly. That's well said there. I mean, it's good to turn to God.
Yeah.
I mean, because when all this stuff fails and the fans fall away and the money's gone and the success is gone, who do you have? Seriously, in Hollywood, who do you have? If you count on fame, fortune, Hollywood, your friends, when you get rich, you got nothing. I mean, really, you got nothing. The only one that's going to stand there beside you is God. God said he'll stick closer than a brother.
Yes.
He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So my advice is turn to God.
Yes. So we pray that she knows that, and we pray that she gets to get connected to somebody who will encourage her towards God. So we hope you enjoyed this episode today.
Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. But last, hit that like button and subscribe and be part of our family. Don't forget, because we want you in our part of our family.
Yes, hit that like, subscribe.